Hello, everybody. It is me, Everybody's Tuesday, and today we are here talking about the Rising of the Shield Hero episode 25, the finale, the final showdown, the ending. So, wow. It's really weird how they defeated Glass through recent Lark just by Glass getting like hit by having the special move by the green-haired girl from the Bow Heroes party. She like used like she used like wind magic to like float the Luco berries like wine berries up into the sky, and then Nafumi used his meteor shield, and we finally got to see his meteor shield a lot. I was wondering like why all the other three heroes were using their meteor powers so much, and I was wondering why we haven't seen Nafumi's. And a lot of people told me about it in the comments, but then finally seeing him use the meteor shield. But when I saw that shield looked really familiar to me. Like it looked like the shield that he got from the blacksmith shop, like that one that he copied almost. But there is sort of like similarities between those two because the one they got from the shop was like brown and gray, but this one's like fully gray, like almost. But it was really cool seeing it, like how it has like a little bit of like a celestial glow, like a little tiny like dome shield or like a bubble shield almost, like around him and his party, and he also used it to like blow up like the crates, and then the crates like splashed all the berry juice onto Glass, and then Glass like I don't get what happened. Like is she like unable to breathe, or did she get like drunk instantly just from like the smell of it? Because it did show her having like redness around her, like under her eye. So is it gonna like make her like sluggish and stuff like that? Can you get drunk off smell? Like I'm really wondering like what effect that had. I'm assuming that that's the effect that it had. Like it's sort of like drinking but not. And then like she couldn't move, I guess, as efficiently. We also saw how Nafumi's is a ghoul eater, ghost eater shield was able to like be effective against Glass. Apparently it like was able to like suck up her like magical points, her SP points, and then apparently Nafumi comes to the realization that apparently Glass's magic force is connected to her life force. Now that's pretty weird. Like apparently like it doesn't do it to anybody else but her. That seems like kind of weird how that would affect her. We also saw a weird like another vision sequence where Nafumi saw Glass's homeworld, like he saw the other homeworld, and apparently there's another island where she's from and where Therese and Lark from. Like there's like a huge island there, and there's like samurai fighting off against fish in that world too. Like it's really weird seeing that. Seeing it's really weird how the two islands look different too. But it was really weird seeing that and seeing how Nafumi like was in like this tube with a whole bunch of like TVs all over the place, like visual things, and he was like in his like form that he was in back on Earth, where he was like having like his sweater on and stuff like that, and he was able to like see it. I'm really wondering like what was even going on there. Like I guess he did really see her world. Like I wonder like in the future, I'm wondering if he's able to like go to that world at all. Because I guess if they're able to like if Glass and them are able to hop over this world, I'm guessing that Nafumi could hop over to the other world if he wanted to. But then we also saw we also saw Glass contemplate with Nafumi, saying how she needs to like kill Nafumi and kill the other heroes of this world, so that way she could save her world. And she's saying like how, and she's like very like insanely like wanting to protect her world. Like she's like very like adamant about it. She like doesn't want there to be like any like other attempts to save it. Like she's like wants to kill him. And then Nafumi ends up like having like a very like nervous, like a very like anxious like breakdown where he's like thinking about does he like have like the same strength as Glass has, the same like wanting to protect like the planet that he's on, because he realizes that he's not from this place. I'm assuming that Glass and Lark are from that place as heroes, but in the world that Nafumi's in, only him and the other three heroes aren't from this place. Even though that the three heroes from where Nafumi is, they're like all from different like realities. They're not even from the same planet. They're not even from the same Earth. They're from four different Earths, which is pretty odd. That's how that strategy works right there in that like storytelling. Then Nofumi ends up like coming to the realization that he is going to protect this world because he wants to protect like his friends. Like he said that he wants to protect Philo, Melty, and Raftalia. So he ends up using his Wrath Shield almost. Like he ends up using. We also saw him use a new move too with his Wrath Shield. What was it called? It was called something Fire Gas. Like he used like Darkness Fire Gas or something like that. I already forgot what it was called. But then he shot like, instead of it being like the red fire, he shot out green fire, and it like hit a Glass, and it like barely did any damage to her because of who she is, because of how powerful she is. But it was cool seeing him use a different move with the Wrath Shield. I don't think we've ever seen green fire come out of him, but I thought that was a pretty cool move. We also saw earlier towards the beginning of the episode, we saw Glass and Therese do a combo move. I guess like I'm wondering, like I'm assuming that these two were a part of her party back when Nafumi first met Glass, but maybe she like attempted to get these two like after that party to get party members, or maybe these people were part of the party members and they weren't able to like help her at the time. But I guess like she's able to do combo moves with all of them, and then she ends up doing like like a wind, lightning, like ice thing with her, and then it like did nothing to Nafumi because he used his meteor shield. Just like anybody would say, we saw how the three heroes are just like totally just out for the count. Their party members aren't even going to help Nafumi because they hate Nafumi's party, so they're just with their heroes that are just laying down on the queen's boat, just out for the count, not doing anything. They're not even like how like damaged are they? Like all we saw from last episode was that they got knocked over by wind. Like seriously, knocked over by wind, and they're already out for the count. Like totally useless people. And of course, like the queen can't do anything because she thinks that the fight that she's witnessing is too powerful for her. So then her and she can't like she doesn't know what to do until she sees the green haired girl from the Bow Heroes party. But so far, the first 9 minutes are pretty good. And I'm really enjoying the final episode so far. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes for you the next the next parts of this episode. Okay, I am back. So I watched from around 9 minutes to about 16 minutes. So yeah, so we saw the part where the queen was telling Nafumi how she really needs to give Nafumi a reward because of like he was able to get rid of the Pope and all of the followers and stuff like that, and he was also able to like defeat Glass and defeat like to have a huge part in the Calamira Island thing because he did so much stuff. And then before he didn't accept the reward from the Pope, and then this time he said, and I'm going to assume that the reward that he asked for was for. I'm just going to. This is his theory, just totally me just guessing. I'm just going to guess that he asked for Raphtalia's village to be rebuilt. I'm just going to assume that that's what he did. But if not, then I don't know. But I'm just going to guess that that's what he asked for from the queen. And then because for some reason they're like keeping secrets when they went to the blacksmith shop in order to get Lucia, the new party member, like equipment and stuff like that. And then the blacksmith knew something that was going on. So and then they were keeping Raptalia out of it. So I'm just going to assume that that's it. Other than that, we saw how Lark, Therese, and Glass ended up flying up into the sky as the wave went away, and then the wave was totally finished. And then after that, we saw the whole entire like bow hero situation. Now, to be honest, this situation was completely different in the manga. I don't know if it happened like the way that it showed up here in the anime. I don't know if this is anime original. Maybe this happened in the light novel or web novel, but it was completely different from the manga. Don't know if maybe it was even more different in the light novel and web novel, but in the manga, like it wasn't Philo and Raptalia or just Philo and Melty that ended up finding Lucia on a random beach somewhere, saying that she tried to drown herself. In the manga, they like Nafumi ended up hearing about it and then rushed in to like take her out of the water himself and then saved her and then like had like this huge like uplifting conversation. Like in this, it's a very calm conversation since they were out of the water, but Nafumi was like doing like a very like uplifting speech in the manga, and then like and then got her on the party, and then he even like went to Itsuki, the bow hero, and even like talked down to him in his face and stuff like that. It would have been cool to see that, but we didn't get to see that. So I guess like they either didn't get this far yet, like when they were doing like the anime to manga, or maybe they just doing like their own thing. I don't know what's going on, but I liked it more in the manga than what we saw here, but it was still good enough. It was more like a downgraded version from what I saw in the manga. So then we found out that the green-haired girl from Itsuki's party, the Bow Heroes party, her name is Lucia, and then she ended up saying that she wants to drown herself because she got kicked out of his party, and then the reason that he got kicked out of the party is because like the other party members wanted to like overthrow her because she was like a big help during the wave while they weren't, and like seriously they weren't. They did nothing. All the heroes were totally just knocked out for no reason. Like I don't even know why they were knocked out. Like how weak are they? Like Nafumi could probably get punched to the probably get beat up to the floor and he would probably still get up, being like a true hero right there. But they ended up accusing her of like destroying like Itsuki's like necklace or like ring or something like that. And I'm just like, wow, they're accusing her of breaking something and then they kick her out of the party. Like wow, it's just an accessory that you could totally, like, because you guys are heroes, you could get any accessory you wanted. Like unless it was something super special, which it probably wasn't, like especially with the hero's personalities. And Nafumi ends up saying how if she wants to like clear her name, then she can join his party. So then she accepts to join the party because she wants to get stronger and stuff like that. Even though that she seems pretty strong so far with her wind magic. So I'm wondering what type of strength she's gonna get in the future. So then she ends up joining the party, and then that's where we go to where we're at right now, where he's trying to like keep things from that. We also saw Fumi remembering his conversation with Victoria, where Victoria said how he needs to like choose like a life or death situation type of thing in the future. I have no idea what that is. Probably people that know the light novel, web novel, maybe know about what this is. Probably more people in the web novel, maybe if or maybe that decision hasn't happened yet. So I'm just like it's either he's gonna like have to like maybe destroy his world or like destroy the other world, or probably the manga's probably gonna end in like a like a very like he's gonna try to think of like another way to do something, and he's probably gonna be able to do that other thing while trying to like maybe the two worlds can just fuse and it becomes like a giant Earth. Maybe that will happen. Maybe like a huge like thing will happen. But other than that, the middle of this episode is pretty good also, and yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes to review the last bits of this episode. Okay, so I just watched the ending of the episode, and yeah, so we ended up finding out that what I said was true. So then apparently, Nafumi asked to be the lord of the Raftalia's village called Sayate. So then now he's the lord of that whole domain, and he like asked for it to be rebuilt, and then he also got like all of the people that he helped from that one village that was near Melamark to like come over to help him. So he has like that old like fighting lady. He has like the fat wizard girl. He also has like the medical like old man dude. He has a whole bunch of others there, and apparently like because I know things from the manga, when he walked up to the fighting old lady, he like said like I found someone with potential. Oh, I already know who that is. It's the green haired girl, because like that's the only person that you could logically say like he found someone with potential. You'd be like who? It's automatically her because like of course she does have potential with how she is. And then we also saw how apparently like I'm not gonna talk about later like that, but then he also like is like has like they also put up the flag again, and apparently the flag is like I guess like it's either that's what the Seattle flag already looks like, or maybe like Nafumi mixed it with like something that he thought of, and then because like when he saw the flag, like it had a very weird transition where it had like the very like closing of a book, and to be honest, when he did look through the book at the beginning of the series, like when he flipped through it, I think he got to the Shield Hero, but all the pages are blank, so I guess this is the filling in of all the pages, and we saw pages that were still blank, so I guess it's the journey of that. But it like went into like a montage of what everyone's doing right now, and we saw how the king is still like trying to scheme, but then the queen stops him, and then sighs about it, which is a pretty like funny moment right there. We also saw a montage of what the other heroes are doing right before the episode ended. We saw how the bow hero is just like, oh, because Nafumi has his own domain now, he can't save the world. I'll save the world. It's like, like, bitch, please, like, just sit down, bow hero. We saw that the sword hero, he just wants to become stronger and stronger, and he wants to become stronger than Nafumi, and he's doing that by fighting off against those like balloon monsters outside of Melmarock. That's just funny right there. I have no idea how you'd get XP from that. We also saw the spear hero Miyatsu. He's like sitting down in his like room with all the other girl party members that he has, and then like bitch son ends up telling him that he should like shun Nafumi for like having his own domain and stuff like that. But then, it's really cool seeing the spirit hero just be like, "Oh, I'm fine with him now. I'll visit his I'll visit his domain whenever just to see Philo-chan. I'm totally cool with him now. Like his total 180 personality change. Like once he found out that Nafumi wasn't such a bad guy after all. I guess he does have a very simple mind, so that would be very simple towards him. What was it? The black market guy, the Eggman looking guy. Like apparently all of his like creatures from his place are all got bought off, and we saw one of the queen's like spies there, and I'm just like, did the queen like buy all of his creatures? Did Nafumi buy all the creatures? Like I'm just wondering like what he was doing. He was very cryptic about it. I was really wondering what that scene was about. Like I'm really wondering like did Nafumi buy like all the demi-humans and all the like monster demi-humans that looked more like creatures than they did humans? Like, is that what Nafumi did to that place? Because I'm going to assume that that's what he did. And maybe he asked all of them to join him at the place. We also saw that when Nafumi was telling Raftalia about like him like building this place out, he wanted to like have like he wants to build this nation. He wants to like have more party members, and he wants to build like a huge army that can fight off against the waves that are a lot stronger than anything that the other heroes could do. And then we saw Raftalia have a moment where she was crying, saying like, "Why is he like?" I guess like we did see it throughout the season how Nafumi kept on saying how he's either gonna die or he's gonna like return to his world, so he wants to like set up things. And then we saw how Nafumi and then Nafali ends up crying to him and then acting like her like child self, and then like saying how she doesn't want him to leave and that she wants him to stay and stuff like that, which was a very touching moment. But then Nafumi ends up like as she's like crying and stuff like that, Nafumi ends up saying how he's decided to stay, and then she ends up being very happy and hugs him, and then he says that he's staying because of like because of like I guess like we also saw like him in his old life looking at his like future self. To be honest, like they ended the series exactly like they ended ReZero or like any other Isekai series, where like at the end of the series is it, like the main character is just like, oh, it's time to start over from zero. Yeah, of course, you always need to just start over. This is his origin story right here, like back at Siate right now. And he says like how he's just gonna start from here, and then he says how he's okay with staying now. How before he was very stagnant, but now he's gonna stay, which I guess is like a good thing because like he would have like I'm going to assume that the other heroes would probably stay other than going back home. I guess maybe the spirit hero would leave, but at the same time he likes his place, so I guess he would stay too. So I guess Nafumi's is like, well, if the other three are gonna stay, so I guess I'm gonna stay too now, and then we'll see where things go from here. But this anime was pretty good. There was some parts that I would say that that I didn't like, but at the same time I pretty much enjoyed it. This last episode was just completely just like I have no idea what's going on because none of this stuff happened in the manga, and probably the same thing for the light novel web novel. So it's just went on totally just anime original ending in order to end off the season. So I guess they're just gonna start off if they ever do a second season. They're just gonna start it off right after this point when that happens. Probably not for another year or two based on the material that's out. And well, actually, well, since they're doing like reincarnating as a slime super quickly, even though that the manga isn't there yet, so maybe they might do a season two. Maybe that just depends on things. Uh, yeah, like I said, this was a pretty good series. I really enjoyed it. Give it an 8 or 9 out of 10, maybe lower. I don't know. I gave it an 8 on my anime list, and yeah, this was a pretty good journey, and I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm probably gonna catch up on the manga again, and read the light novel, and also read some stuff from the web novel and stuff like that. But yeah, if you enjoyed these reviews, then and my opinions and stuff like that on this episode and other things, and leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this whatsoever, leave a dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video or any other videos that I do, any other series. The next series I'm going to do reviews on because I don't review things that much as I'm going to review the series Ari Ferretta when that anime comes out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye. See you later.